What's up, fellow wrestling fans? It's your boy Paradox752 of the Paradox Experience, and I just got through, suffered through, powered through, kind of had it in the background at work, the Saudi Arabia Super Showdown from WWE, and it's needless to say, wow, not that great. I mean, we weren't expecting much, but wow, the ending, worst ending ever, you know. Not in any pay-per-view, but worst ending so far. So I made some notes, of course. Let's run them down. Now we had the kickoff show, the Usos versus the Revival. The Revival actually making a comeback, it seems. They teaming up with Shane McMahon, doing great things, and all of a sudden now, what do they have? One of the best matches of the night with the Usos. The Usos came on top. This match was fast-paced, great spots, great chemistry between these two, and yet, you know, it just seems like they always want to put the tag teams on the lower end of the totem pole. No wonder these guys want to leave, right? I gotta rate that the best match of the night. 4 out of 5. I was enthralled the entire time. They had the crowd at the palm of their hand. Everybody was popping for this. And then everything goes downhill. We have the Universal title match between Seth Rollins and Baron Corbin. First off, Baron Corbin should not be around the title yet. I think he needs some more top-tier matches. Yes, he retired Kurt Angle, but that doesn't mean he needs a title shot right now. Now, Baron Corbin did pull out some good moves. He seems to be on a good chemistry level with Seth Rollins. I love the Deep Six. It's a great move for him. And that new move he did where he lifted him up and then spun him and then he did a bunch of spinning, and slammed on his ribs. That was great. That was cool. But we all knew the end result of this. Seth Rollins wins, Baron Corbin attacks him, Brock Lesnar comes out. But with a nice twist of Brock Lesnar actually getting his ass kicked, well, nutshotted, then getting his ass kicked by several chair shots. His back was torn up. Damn, that had to hurt. But overall, still an average thing. The match itself was 2 out of 5. The Brock Lesnar segment, 2.5 out of I'd make it sit to the 2.5 out of 5. Next, we have the IC title match. Now, this didn't have any big, backstory, no build, no nothing like that. What it did have, though, was a great entrance from Finn Balor that they gave him. That was pretty awesome. And the crowd loved it. They were eating it up. And the Demon came out. It seemed like he was doing a different persona. It seemed like he was attacking more and fighting a lot more. He seemed more aggressive, which is good. And him and Andrade, who doesn't have another name, Tien Almas, and no Selena Vega, obviously, but Andrade, they have decent chemistry. It's just that this lacked anything. No storyline, no bad blood, nothing. It just seemed like it was just playing off of, I want your title, let's fight. No, we don't need that in this day and age. Another lackluster, I'd say. The in-ring action, I'll say the top rope DDT that Finn hit was great. And Finn kicking out of Andrade's hammerlock DDT was a great moment. It seemed like a more protected finisher, but I was surprised, actually. So, with the lack of characters and lack of any kind of punch, though, 2 out of 5. Not going too well, WWE. Not going too well. Alright, Shane versus Roman. I'm sorry, Shane versus Roman Reigns. Now, this is something that shouldn't have happened, period, but Shane needs a match, apparently, in Saudi Arabia every time. So, let's look at it. Shane actually showed up, and he actually is still doing bad punches. But Roman sold it. Roman was selling for Shane as if he was getting beaten up and he's the underdog, yet again. But Shane, because of a well-timed, oh no, I got hit, falls into the ref, and a Claymore kick from Drew McIntyre got Shane McMahon the win over Roman Reigns. I can see him using this. Beater of the big dog. It's now his yard, and he's still the best in the world. He's gonna milk this, and that's great for Shane, but it just seems like it should be fit for somebody else. I don't know who, but I'm still giving that maybe a 1.5 out of 5, just for the shock value of Shane winning and the damn fireworks he got with him and McIntyre's shoulder. That was great heel stuff. That's good. Lars versus Lucha Party, I'm just gonna skip through most of that. That was the most boring ass thing I've ever seen. Lars is green. He needs way more work. And Lucha House Party is way too talented to be dealing with this nonsensical fool who is still owing $100,000 in fines for racist and terrible comments to almost everybody not white. Hey, whatever. But I mean, and the other part was that they got disqualified for attacking him, and I was just like, wait, what? This is a handicap match. How can you? And then they jump him, they hit all their moves, then they leave, and then Lars comes back to beat them up, and I'm like, who's the bad guy anymore? The crowd was dead. This was terrible. This was a 0 out of 5. Whoever sees anything in this, I'm sorry. That kid needs more work. He's big, he's brolic, he could talk well, I guess, but he needs a lot of work. Triple H versus Randy Orton. Did they need to revisit this? Did we? If you told me 2019 there will be a pay-per-view with Randy Orton and Triple H once again, I'd have been like, okay, no, why? But to my surprise, the first part was a little slow paced. I mean, these two have methodical pace. They have a pace where they wrestle slowly and then they build up to a thing. And then they did. They build up to a good point. I laughed my ass off when the table wouldn't sell the back body drop. I don't know if Triple H